This is my first time vlogging. This is my first journal about the last days of New Paris. I'm Claire. It probably says there on my, I don't know, everywhere. But, hello. It's nice to meet you. It's a little weird. I'm kind of talking to myself, but, I'm gonna like this. I feel like I'm gonna like this a lot more than typing out my thoughts. I feel like I'll be able to like explain things a little bit better, and it might make more sense to me when I come back and look at it for the essay, and hopefully it'll make sense to you. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so before I started reading this book, I was really excited to actually read it. I like fantasy books, like with dragons and like things that wouldn't actually happen. So I was kind of excited that this book was fiction. Like, obviously art doesn't come off the walls and start fighting Nazis every single day. So I was kind of excited about that. I was a little nervous about the history part of it because I know absolutely nothing about history, like at all. It's kind of embarrassing. But after doing all the research, which kind of sucked but was definitely helpful, I have a better understanding of what happened. Like kind of like the background information that I needed to know, and like the information about like surrealism and like the movement and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of cool. Also, doing all the research on the artwork was helpful too, because as I was going through the book, I could kind of picture it a little bit better in my head, like what was actually happening, and like just like all of the connections. It just painted a better picture in my head. So that was cool. I have a list of things I want to talk about. Also, I've got sticky notes, so we'll see how long this is. I'm going to try and make it like decently long because I'm not going to go through and count 1,800 words on a video blog. So I'm just going to try and make it long, and I hope that'll work. And if it doesn't, email me, let me know, and we can fix like the format for the next one. So I am on chapter 5 right now. I got through chapter 4. I stopped at chapter 5. And so I didn't really know how far we were supposed to get before we made the video blog, but I was very excited, so I decided I was going to make one right now, and I can just make more. Sorry, you're going to have to listen to me talk. Okay, so I'm going to start with things that I like about the book and things that I don't like so far. So some things I like is, like right off the bat, I like that it added the surrealism art with the Leo, the bike, and I liked how it made the connection with the woman who was on the bike and how she was trying to control it, but I really liked how it just straight, like, what is it, page 4, like within the first 5 pages, there was already art in the book, so it wasn't like you had to get halfway through before a piece of art started to come out, like, you know, before you made that connection with the surrealism, so that was really nice. What else? I'm sure there are other things. That's the only thing I have written down. But some things I really don't like. I'm not a big fan of the pajamas in the book. One, it took me like forever to figure out what the heck their purpose was. When they described the fact that he was wearing pajamas, I was like, why? Like, that's stupid. Okay, but like I get that they give him like super strength, I think. But that seems dumb. Like, I don't know. Seems like unnecessary. But we'll see. I'm sure there's a point to it. I'm just not there yet. Okay, a person I really don't like in the book is Parson, the rocket scientist. So far, I think he's a stuck-up jerk. Not sorry, kind of hope he dies eventually. But just the way he was talking while he was at dinner, like when all the artists were talking about how like they played a game and that was their resistance, like he was like, how is that resisting? Like, you guys are being stupid. I'm wasting my time here. Like, you guys are resisting by playing games. That's dumb. And I don't know. He just seems like a jerk to me. Also, a question I had about him is like, is he like a magic? Like, because it talks about how he can control like the train conductor and like make him, or like he gets onto trains without tickets, and how the police let him run away when they question him, because he like I know he doesn't really talk his way out of it, but he like his voice kind of forces, like it kind of like hypnotizes them. So I'm just curious if he is a magician or like has that. Another question I had was why doesn't the surrealist art, like why does it hesitate before it goes after the Thibaut? So I want to pronounce it now. I'm not sure if that's how you actually pronounce it. So I'm just like, my hypothesis when I'm guessing is that Thibaut has a connection to the surrealist art, like it's just kind of like he's able to control them, and that's a common theme that I've seen so far in this book, is that the Nazis are trying to control the art and the demons, and I think he's going to be able to, because I mean he already has this giant thing on a leash, and I think that's just going to be something that like grows. Speaking of the art, I kind of like that the art doesn't really like pick sides. It's not like good and bad, and I mean there are like demons in it, and I'm sure there's going to be a connection later on in the book on how like the art is the good and the demons are the bad, but I like that the art isn't manipulated by the Nazis so far, and like I get that they're trying to do that and they're trying to like manifest things that they can control, but I like that they haven't yet. Also, I think a theme for the right and the wrong is that I think this corpse is going to start learning right from wrong, and I feel like it's going to be like a Mice and Men with Lenny and George, and I feel like he's going to end up dying, and it's going to be super depressing, and I'm going to cry. So, if that happens, thanks a lot. Thanks for making me read this book and making me cry. So, rude. Yeah. Also, it took me a really long time to figure out that there were demons and that there is art, like that they were a difference. And I'm not really sure like how the demons play a role in it, because I get like the art literally came like out of portraits and stuff, like it's art that's come off the wall, but where has the demons come from? Like they're not the artwork, so where are they coming from? So I really hope it answers that question in the book. Another thing that I made a connection with is the resistance. It kind of reminds me of like a secret society, on how Thibaut, he had to pass all these tests in order to like become part of the resistance, and he had to like go through and decide what was art, like what was surrealist art and what was just like junk, and like he had to quote, like answer all these questions with like quotes from artists. So I think like it just kind of reminds me of like a cult, like, but hopefully like as a good one, because obviously they're resisting the Nazis, so that's pretty good. And they're trying to do good, but like I'm just curious to see. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Sorry. But yeah. It reminds me of the series of Unfortunate Events. I don't know if you've read that series. But like they have like the firefighters, and that's like a secret society that goes around and tries to stop the evil villains, and so I feel like that's kind of what it is, and that's what it reminds me of, and so I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out and if there's even more connections throughout the book. The connection with the card, the playing card, and I can't find the picture of it right now, but I know you know what I'm talking about. The one the girl gives Thibaut in the very beginning of the book. I think that's gonna be either his ticket out of the out of France. He's gonna show that card, and that's kind of like either how all the artists are gonna help him, and I think that's going to be how Fry and Thibaut kind of connect, is with that card, and then that's how Thibaut and Sam get to the artists. So I think that'll be like how they connect. Because that's another question, is I don't really understand quite how Fry is important in this book yet. And again, I'm only on chapter 5, so I'm way in the beginning. I also think Sam's going to end up being really important, and I'm not sure if it's going to be like a love interest yet, so that's going to be exciting. Or if, like, it's just going to be like she might end up being like a spy, which would be pretty badass. So, crossing my fingers for that one. But I think she has a bigger role than she's saying, and I'm excited to see how it all plays out, like with her. And I think she's gonna have a really important part in the end of like making this book, and like heck, this book might even be like her, like it's taken from her photos. Does that make sense? And then this is the book actually written, so we'll see if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have right now. Oh, I lied. I have one more thing I want to talk about. The relationship between the US and Europe. I have already seen like a small connection, and like I feel like the US, it mentions that they wanna, like the Americans wanna help all the artists and stuff, but they don't really wanna like come in and like risk letting out all of the art and like the demons, they don't really want to like get their hands dirty with all of that and like risk all of that, but they're trying to smuggle out all of the artists so that the artists are safe, but they don't want whatever the heck is in France to get out and spread. So I think that's kind of the relationship that's going to be like portrayed a little bit more, is like maybe the US will go in and like help out, and then that'll like spark a whole new thing with like surrealist art getting all over the world and like the demons going all over the world. So we'll just have to see about that. But so far I think I like the book. I think I understand it, most of it. There's like a couple times where I have to like look up like French words because I don't know what they mean, but I think I'm getting it so far, and I'm probably going to go through and SparkNote it just to make sure I'm understanding, like in case I missed a big part. I want to make sure I get as much as I can out of this book. But so far it's pretty good. I'm excited to finish it. Yeah, and hopefully we make more journals so I can tell you how the rest of the book goes. So yeah, I think this vlog is really cool. I like that we had the option to do a vlog. It's nice, other than just writing out everything, because like I probably would have skipped half of the things I've talked about and like the different connections. It just wouldn't have sounded as good on paper as I think it does on the blog. Alright, so I'll see you on the other side of the book once I get through more of it. Goodbye. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.